FC 0, Hull KR 22. The Super League season is back up and running. Oh, dearie me, UFC fans. Dearie me, it was more UFC than Hull FC, wasn't it? Unbelievable what's going on with the discipline at Hull FC going into this new season. That said, Hull KR have got problems of their own. It was more Petter Hiccup than Hicku. Unbelievable performance from Peter with the boot, I have to say. Oh, dearie me. But anyway, let's unwrap this. First and foremost, you've got to give Hull KR a lot of credit. They came into this game. It was a very professional performance. There'll be a lot of Robins fans out there thinking they should have put more points on FC. I believe they should have done as well. Of course, that's sending off in the first half. Franklin Pelly, what on earth was that all about? Is that one of the worst debuts ever in Super League history? 3 penalties given away. The red card, I mean, it was absolutely scandalous, wasn't it? What is all that about from Franklin Pelly? Tony Smith looking on from the sidelines. Got to have been scratching his head. Not good enough from him. A real shocking debut from him. Hull FC, like I say, I'm not going to be too harsh on them. It is only the first game of the season. Lots of troubles going to Warrington next week. Quite a few, I'm sure, going to be in trouble with the disciplinary. Liggy Sow, of course. I mean, again, was there intent? Did he mean to do that? You know, that is a bit of a grey area when it comes to these red cards for head contact. Personally speaking, I thought the series of play with Mikey Lewis was probably more of a problem for Sal than the one with Parcell. For me, he led with the elbow, he led with the arm, made contact with the chin, it appeared, but it was the stamp after. I mean, people, again, it's hard to prove intent, but that quick 1-2, leading with the arm on the ground and then the stamp or the accidental stamp that Liggy Sow did. For me, if the referee was going to look at it, perhaps that was the one that might have got him in trouble. And I wouldn't be surprised if the disciplinary committee actually have a look at that and it gets even worse for Liggy. So, that's going to be a problem. Of course, Houghton going off with his injury. I have to say Jack Walker, I thought Jack Walker had a reasonable debut, to be fair, at full-back. He was pretty assured, only one error. He was getting peppered all the time, wasn't he, with the bombs? And I thought Jack Walker, I thought he played well for KR last year. I think Jack Walker's a proper pro. I was surprised to see Litton as 18th man at the start of the game. Good to see him getting on, but to be fair, he was very, very ineffective. And for me, if I'm a Hull FC fan, one key area is going to be the half-back combinations this season. I'm really, really concerned about your half-back combinations. New Brown, for me, was very, very ineffective. Yes, Jake Truman, he's still to come back. We know Truman's a fine player. But, Texoy couldn't even get on as a starting player. Only came on, of course, when I think it was Walker that went off for his head injury assessment. Fortunately, he passed that. So Texoy very much on the fringes. Wasn't very good last season for me. Flattered to deceive. He couldn't even get in the starting lineup. Jack Walker seems to be ahead of him. He comes on. Halfback combinations, that for me are real problems. I thought SASA, let's be fair, there'll be no essays being written in Hull FC today. I think Tony's got him doing lines based on that performance. But I have to say, I thought SASA and Jack Ashworth as well. Credit to Jack Ashworth, thought he looked very steady away. We like Jack Ashworth here at Super League Raw. Really, really good, solid Willie runner throughout the game. Not too bad. It's early days. It's very, very early days. But like I say, from a disciplinary perspective, what on earth? Hull FC doing clearly too pumped up for the debuts, Pele and SASA. That needs to be calmed down. And of course, they've got a trip to the Halliwell Jones Stadium next week. As for Hull KR, like I say, you can only beat what's in front of you. I thought they were pretty loose. I think both teams were pretty loose. Hull FC had the chance. I mean, what was Jack Walker doing? About 20, 25 minutes to go, I think they're 14-0 down at that point, and he goes for a short kickoff, and that leads to, I think it was the Parcell try. What was that about? I mean, the game at that point, yes, you were down to 12 men, FC, but you were in the game. I thought it was a spirited performance in the second half, considering what happened to you. And I thought that decision to go short kickoff, very ill-advised. And for me, it'd have been interesting hadn't he done that if they could have got into the game. And of course, that's 2 seasons in a row now at the MKM Stadium. The Hull KR put a 0 on FC. I mean, it's dreamland, isn't it? The Robins are tweeting loudly. It's unbelievable from the Robins. Let's talk about the Robins. Last season, of course, runners-up in the Challenge Cup final, got themselves 4th spot in Super League. It was important that they got a steady start because they go, I think it's Leeds at home next week for them. But yeah, really interesting game, this one. Peter Hicku, like I say, or Petter Hicku. What on earth? I mean, dearie me, I think my little 10-year-old could have kicked the one under the post. I mean, what on earth that was about? Lack of concentration, don't know. not good enough. Is his head in the game? I don't know. I mean, to be fair, he did well. I think he did about 156 metres coming out of his backfield, and that was a key stat. You know, Hull could not get out. Hull FC, that is, could not get out of their backfield. They really, really couldn't. Kick return meters in this game, 155 for KR, only 56 for FC. You've got to give KR a lot of credit. They got up well, didn't they? They really did control the ruck. I thought their line speed was brilliant. I mean, the first 20 minutes was brutal. I mean, let's be absolutely honest. There was a couple of tackles early doors in the game. The one, I think it was Jez Litton that smashed Jack Walker. That was a beauty, an absolute beauty. And then later, Houghton put a shot on as well. Can't remember who that was. He put that shot on against. Might even been Ryan Hall. I can't remember, but it was an absolute beauty. You know, some really good, solid defence on show in this game on both sides of the ball. It has to be said, both teams contributed to that. It was, you know, it was a proper derby. It had a little bit about it. Unfortunately, though, you know, it spilled over, didn't it, for FC? You know, Tony's got big problems there, big problems. He's got to calm that down and quickly. You know, FC fans, a lot of people coming out on social media. We asked on our Facebook page what the thoughts were. Some really good balanced arguments as well on there. Go and check them out. But all in all, lots of questions being asked about Tony Smith already, one game in, and of course the players that let the fans down. And they did let the fans down. Like I say, though, back to KR, Nile Levels, brilliant debut. You know, come across from Castleford. Castleford didn't fancy him for the new season. He was a part of the clear out. Oh, dearie me, you know, 14 carries, 129 metres from him, 2 tries. Brilliant performance. I think he also got 6 tackle busts in this game as well. Sensational stuff from Evans. Of course, Gildart debuted, nothing really spectacular. Is he a replacement for SKD? I mean, is he as good as SKD? Probably not. But, you know, Gildart steady away in the centre position. Other debutants, Tanguy Noah. I mean, Tanguy Noah. At Wakey last year was out injured a lot. We know that. But, you know, his strike rate as a second rower, you know, you give Tanguy Noah an opportunity near the line, he's going to take it. I mean, it was all about the genius. We'll come to Lewis in a minute. All about the genius of Mikey. But, you know, Tanguy Noah on point, really solid game. 2 tackle busts, 1 clean break in this. He did 70 metres in the game. I thought Kalepi had a really solid game in second row. Jai Whitbread, yeah, a couple of errors. You know, he put the ball down a couple of times. But what you're going to get with Whitbread is good tackling. You know, 32 tackles from Whitbread in this game and 105 metres. That's what he's all about. It's work rate, it's effort. You know, really strong in the game, I thought, as a debut as well for Jai Whitbread. Tyrone May, he was Tyrone May. Didn't set, you know, it was all about Mikey Lewis. We're going to come to him now. But Tyrone May, a steady debut from him. I think they'll be happy with what they've got out of Tyrone May. But of course, this night all absolutely belongs to Mikey Lewis. We featured him in Game of the Week. And quite frankly, based on this performance, if he carries on like that for the season, you may as well shut the book right now on Young Player of the Year, because Mikey Lewis will win it all day long. This kid is quality. That's what he is. Outstanding performance by Mikey. Mikey is so fine. He blows my mind. That's what I say. What a player. I mean, to come on, brilliantly taken try, 2 fantastic assists in this game. He was at it all night. He was in the, you know, he's the typical Mikey Lewis. You know, they said it in commentary, nobody can smack him, so he may as well give a bit of verbal. You know, he's niggling at him all the way through the game. 115 metres, 20 carries, got a clean break in there. You know, 4 attacking kicks, my apologies, 4 tackle busts as well. He was all over it, rightly so. He got the man of the match. And actually, let's give some credit to Sky Sports. I thought their coverage last night was better than we've seen for many years. Congratulations to Kyle Amor and Dave Woods. For once, I didn't press the mute button. Superb stuff. Let's hope that's the sign of things to come. Sam Tompkins on the touchline. Again, brilliant. We know that Carney is a really good host of Super League shows. He just needs the right cast around him. And last night's production, I believe, one of the best we've ever seen from Sky. That's the standard for the old guard to now live up to. Kyle Amor called the game. That's what it was about. That's what you're there to do. You're not there to talk about, you know, the M62 corridor and where you've been last night for your dinner with your missus. It's about calling the game. And Kyle Amor called the game and actually gave some technical detail to the people who were watching. That's what it's all about. Well done, Kyle. Oh, we want more of that this season. But this game was all about Hull KR. A solid start against a poor, and I'm going to say it, a poor Hull FC side on this showing. They're disciplined, disgraceful. The Hull FC fans do deserve better, and they go to the Halliwell next week, and they better show up for that one, and they better improve for that one, because otherwise well, dearie me, what another season where I think Hull FC fans are going to be scratching their heads once again. New for in the sheds for this year is going to be, I'm going to be calling my own 3-2-1 in terms of points, and we're going to be doing a Super League Raw Player of the Season. And my 3 points obviously go to Mikey Lewis. Sensational performance from Mikey, fully deserving of that. I'm going to give 2 to Klepik, you know what, on debut. I thought his all-round game was really, really solid, good in D, good positioning, did some decent meters with 70. He was at it. He looks the part. Really pleased with Tanginora on debut. And of course, now Levels. We've got to give it to Levels. 2 tries on debut. Fully deserving. That's the 3-2-1. Do you agree with that 3-2-1? Would you have put somebody else in there? That's the official Super League Raw 3-2-1 for this game. We hope you enjoy that. I almost sound like Ted Rogers, don't I? For those of a certain age, you know who I'm talking about. But in the sheds, he's back. We hope you're happy with this production. We're going to keep it coming day in, day out. We're back tomorrow, of course. We will be reviewing all of the games from tonight. Leeds Rhinos, Salford Red Devils, Lee Leopards against the Huddersfield Giants, and of course, St Helens going up against London. We will be back in the sheds tomorrow. Don't miss it. Keep your eye on the Facebook page, YouTube, Twitter. Of course, the notice will go up there probably about an hour before it's due to air. So make sure you put it in your diary. Get your alerts set. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page as well as our Facebook page. And we will be back in the sheds. He's back. Come on, Rugby League is back. This is what it's all about. We will be seeing you on In the Sheds tomorrow.